This is part 10. Last video we see Naruto almost not able to get to Hiruzen. In order to get him, he ate all of his chakra fruits, including his Sage Mode one, which caused him to gain a Genkai, which we've seen Otsutsukis be able to do, is by eating a whole bunch of chakra to gain a Genkai and stuff like that. And we see Momoshiki pretty much copy the Shadow Possession Jutsu. And the only thing we've seen him do with a Golden Rinnegan is freaking make a better version of that and only trap Sasuke and Naruto. Which people are triggered about. I know somebody that is. Because they just watched it because he just never watched it. And he liked Naruto, apparently, and he was so mad that they killed him off the same way. Which, I'm not giving him Shadow Possession. I'll keep that to the Yoshikicho clan. But he gained Steel Release, which these releases I've been using are only mostly shown in filler or like side episodes, or movies. Which I did a little research on Steel Release. Apparently, only a couple ways have we shown to use it. Either harden the skin. That's actually about it. But because I wanted to be a little stronger, and because he is an Otsutsuki, I gave him the ability to turn it into liquid, almost using it like water release and all that. If you guys do want me to give him earth release, not earth, but wood release, I'm giving him plant release with that, which is plant release is the same release, but they're mostly focused on plants, like flowers and stuff, is what I'm going to do if I give him wood release. But yeah, so they're looking for Tsunade, but he has the One Tails, and Akatsuki knows this, so this causes him to be the last target and the first target that they have to get. So they want to capture him and keep him locked up where they can get all the other tail beasts, then extract the 9 tails from him. Which he has the One Tails in a ball sealed up, not conscious or anything, and all that, because he broke the rules. So while they're looking for Tsunade, this is whenever the pains jump him with Jiraiya. But I gave Jiraiya perfect Sage Mode, like I did, right? And I'll say that Naruto and him were training in Sage Mode because Naruto was full powered, so he has 3 Sage Modes kept up, just in case if Jiraiya couldn't get Sage Mode activated in time. But he's able to activate it while standing still really easily. Like he completely mastered it to that grade of degree. And yeah. So when they jump him, I'm not sure if they knew about his Sage Mode, but I'm pretty sure they knew him to have Sage Mode, but not a perfect version. He activates it by standing still, and he goes fights all the paths. The dude that can absorb, he absorbs the nature energy, but I'll say he only takes half of it. Jiraiya jumps away. This is whenever he noticed that all of them can see. Naruto is fighting the animal paths by summoning his bird that he has shooting it at him. And that's whenever he comes down and takes out his sword, saying Blood Moon circular parade, pulling out his blade, having 9 circular energies get shot out and try to cut hitting the beast and cutting them, killing them off, and the other one summons another one. This is whenever he says, okay, blood taming, shooting another circle thing, but this wraps around their neck, and it lets him put them under a Rinnegan genjutsu, which, if you guys didn't know, the Rinnegan is immune to all other visual genjutsus. And Sasuke is there, if I think I said in the other video. And I might have said the Hatsi jumped them, but I'll say this was later if I did the whole fight between them and all that. No, I think I cut that out, but yes, Sasuke's there, and Sasuke has his Mangekyo activated, which he's not using the fire attack except whenever the metal pain comes to attack him with a whole bunch of explosions, with him running up, using Chidori to cut through them, and gets up on him and activates Amaterasu, making his eyes bleed, and he jumps back, holding his eye, and doesn't use it again, because he figures out the withdrawals of them. But that one gets burnt, because 1, 2, 3, Pain's already destroyed. Now it's All Might Push guy. Naruto takes his blade, makes balls of energy. He sticks out his hands and shoot them. And he already took the Sage Chakra from the dude that absorbed it, but he's already into it. He's already a toad and stuff. And he gave it back to Jiraiya, so Jiraiya's back at 100%. He almighty pushes them, but it's really hard for him because they're like tail beast bombs. They're pure chakra. That's where he does it again, pushing them away. Naruto takes back control of them. He turns it into his hook, but the dude tries to almighty push it, but Naruto knows that this has chakra in it, so he pretty much swipes away the chakra from the almighty push, making it weaker. All it does is make like a little wind pressure to them. Nothing really too big. He takes that, the Rinnegan chakra, and throws it to Sasuke, with Sasuke eating it and stuff. And I'll say that would give him back some of his chakra. This is where he pretty much, because his fire is still on because he didn't deactivate it, he uses his other eye to control it, shooting at the metal pain, animal pain. What was it? It was chakra absorption, animal, and all that. There was only 5 pains, right? In the last, I'm not completely sure. Or the dude that can regenerate them whenever he puts one of their bodies in the thing, and Naruto tells him about what that can do. He burns him with him about to jump in, but whenever he jumps in, it burns the King of Hell. That means 4 pains are down. Yeah, I think there's only 5 pains. That leaves the last one with him, with Naruto and them working together, with Naruto activating his time stop and going up to him and pretty much taking out his blade, and he cuts his head off completely, and he pretty much kills him with that move. That's when they these weren't the real things, we need to find them. That's when he tells Jiraiya to stick him with this metal pole, and we should be able to track it with Sage Mode. Jiraiya does, and we find out where Nagato is. They go up to Nagato, and Nagato didn't kill anybody, so he surrenders, but he says, "This is my end of my life." With, I'll say, him taking out his eyes, or taking out an eye, and giving it to, whoa, no, they taking his eyes and going to the Leaf Village, or going for Tsunade with it sealed inside Naruto's sealing ability. Because we've seen the Rinnegan able to seal stuff, I'm pretty sure. So they have a pair of Rinnegan eyes, which I'll use later for Sasuke, of course. And stuff like that. That's when they're tracking, and that's where the other Akatsuki comes and tries to take Naruto. But now it is the Sasuke or Itachi, because they use Itachi where they'll try to put him under a genjutsu, which I'm pretty sure his Rinnegan is immune to genjutsus or visual jutsus, something like that. And I'm pretty sure Nagato was put on a genjutsu before he got the Rinnegan, if that's how it worked. I'm not completely sure. But he tries to use Tsukiyomi, but it doesn't work on him. And Jiraiya already knows, so he looked at the ground. This is where Naruto Almighty pulls him, because he has more of a grasp on what his abilities can actually do, because he's seen them all be used, and he's like, what? He sees his eyes completely, and that's where you see Sasuke come out with a Chidori, with his Mangekyo activated, and tries to stab him and stuff. He's like, oh, he has the Mangekyo already. They do a full-out battle too. You know, the dude with the sword says that he doesn't give, or say, you know, Itachi gives up explaining everything. And the other dude, if you guys didn't know his backstory, it was something about always keeping information is the most thing. He says, I'll come, but I won't give any information. Stuff like that. They agree to this. And I'll say Itachi doesn't tell them anything either, because the other dude told him not to. But they swap eyes with them going back to the village, with Itachi telling him about the disease. Or they go and look for Tsunade. That's whenever Naruto opens the King of Hell, tells him, get in it, it can heal you. He does, cures him of the disease. And that's when he goes up to Sasuke. And his Rinne Sharingan is different than Sasuke's Rinne Sharingan, but it does have one of their abilities. And of course the teleportation ability. He takes out the eyes and gives it to Sasuke. Tells him to swap eyes. And that's whenever he puts the eyes in the King of Hell and throws them both in there again. Causes the eye to mix with their swapped eyes, giving their abilities and flame control, and giving Sasuke the Rinne Sharingan, and I'll just say Itachi too. But I'll come up with Itachi a different ability. They find Tsunade. Tsunade applies and stuff after seeing the Rinnegan and all that, and him being a Jonin, because the third Hokage is still alive, and Sasuke being a Jonin too, because he was already Jonin level whenever he was there, and all that. So they have 3 Jonins, and or Itachi would be Hokage level if you think about it. He would probably definitely body Lady Tsunade, and she was still freakishly strong. But yeah, going back to the village, and Naruto, Sasuke, Itachi, Sakura, and Kakashi going for 3-month time skip of training, or 3-year time skip. And I'll do Shippuden next. See you next time.